Welcome back to the channel. Got this Poulan Pro that you remember I worked on. The brake was seizing up on it. I couldn't get it to turn. I was sharpening the chain and I couldn't advance it forward. And so we took the cover apart and I cleared out the plastic. What happened is the brake assembly seized up, melted all the plastic up in there. So I ordered a new one on old Amazon. That number is probably not irrelevant, you know. They just make up their own numbers probably. And then I ordered a clutch housing with gear, 318. It's the same one. See no wear on this, and it's got a nice needle bearing. And this one, another Chinese Amazon, Nizzly clutch drum 501. So let's tear this thing apart. Maybe I'll show you first what it's doing, because there's other issues going on with it. Rather than replacing the saw, these parts are relatively cheap. It's laboring trying to get it up and running. It's dragging. So what we'll do, see the smoke coming out of that clutch area. Loosen this thing up. I do like this no tool, and then just loosen this. Your cover comes right off. We'll take the chain off, the bar. Throw that over there. See, we clean that up in the parts tank. It was all filthy and obviously gets a lot of junk up in here. We'll get this off from here. There's wear on that clutch drum, both outside and inside. The chain is pretty sharp. We just sharpened that. Alright, so what can you see? Can you see it? Pretty good. It's got this cover. What happened, you can see that. I hope I got the right parts because it looks smaller, don't it? Is we're not getting the whole housing, we're getting this clutch assembly. And to get all this, I would have to buy the tank and everything, that part number there. It was a lot of money, and I said, not for a $100 saw. So let's take, these are Torx. What are they, 25s, I think? It's a bit I brought. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So what we'll do first is pop that off in there. Yeah, right? 4 of them. 2. Let's see what this cover looks like. I think it just pops off in there, right? We're doing this first time, you know. Yeah, that separates there. Yep. Let's see if we got the right one, right? So you see this spring, there was plastic underneath it, and it melded. See, that's where it's burning right now. The spring is forcing this clutch brake down. That's all melded. And this has that pin that's removable. And up here, this housing melted, but it's free now. See that? So we'll pop this little clip off. I got a smaller screwdriver. This little C-clip so it don't go flying. We're out here in the driveway. My favorite area is on the truck bed here. Nice workbench. Clip and cover. And then this says 318 on it. Or 3/8, 3/8. And that bearing looks like it had gotten hot. This burned blue. This thing's hot right now. I only ran it a second. But see, this has deep grooves in it. Here's a new one. So it grabs onto that. I didn't want to buy a brake and not buy a housing. That would be foolish. It's like brake pads and brake drums go together. The inside is where the clutch expands and grabs onto it. And that's not too bad, but it's got some burn marks in there. And then the third thing is it's got 2 grooves wore into this. See the difference? So why not? I think that was 10 bucks. And I think this was 25, I think. So we're not too bad. I didn't want to spend a lot unless I'm getting something for my money. And let's compare this thing. This has the pin. Now online it didn't have the pin in it, the picture. So that's cool. They look the same, don't they? So a lot of plastic's missing here. This whole curve assembly's gone. That's the part that melted, so everything else looks the same, don't it? And this gets turned and snaps up into there like this is now. So it looks like we're good to go. So what we'll put on first is we'll put our new drum on. The spring on our clutch assembly looks okay. I don't see any issues with that. Fits right on. And then this one, the bearing feels worn. Yeah, it's got like a, hear it? Let's hear the difference. I think probably needed some grease on that. So we'll put this on. And then we'll put our cover and our clip. I would think they come with new ones because sometimes these bend breaking them, getting them off in there. See if a small screwdriver will do it. Oh, don't lose it. And then we'll slide that on there. I don't know if you're even in focus, are you? Yeah, not too bad. And then snap that on. There. That keeps your chain on, keeps clutch on. That spins good now. And then we got to put our clutch assembly in. See how easy that goes. Not too easy. Let's see what we got to do here. I think our brake is applied right now. That makes sense that it would be applied and we got to release it. We have to spin that down. So do I put this in first, then put my drum in, right? Because we can't release it till it's down in there. Let's try that. Pop our clip back off. Like that. Take our drum off. Now I'll set this in there. Oh, it's a little easier, Fred. And then get this in there. Does it snap? Dawson's getting his wheeler out. that little guide. We gotta get them lined up. Yeah, that's got to be turned counterclockwise a lot. See how we can do that. Pliers. I'm new at this, guys. That's not a how-to, right? We got to make this go clockwise. Does this go counterclockwise? It don't go at all. What am I doing wrong, George? I thought it would move easier. Oh, we're coming up on Labor Day weekend. You guys got anything planned? I think we're going to get a family picnic. I think that's what we're going to do. Dish to pass kind of thing. Family picnic. Play some yard games, stuff like that. So if this is forward, if it's forward all the way, it should almost go in there. Like that. Isn't it in? But it won't release. I wonder if they sent it with a safety lock pin or something in it. There's something in there, you know, to hold it. I don't see anything. What do you do? What do you do? The pin's sticking out a long ways. Is it the same? Yeah. They are different, aren't they? What's different about it? The pin's over that. No. This just has to swing around and it pushes that spring back. So it's got to go that way, clockwise. Just don't want to get rough with it. How much pressure does it take? A lot. If I pull that pin out, I can wiggle that out. This assembly moves forward and back. Back, it's straight up. Forward, it's about the 1.5, almost 2 o'clock. So lining this up that direction, it's way over here and it needs to be way up here. So we have to definitely rotate it. Figure this out here. That pushes down. Never did one. Now he's getting his Cub Cadet out. Well, when I figure this out, I will come back on. I might pull this pin, and that's going to let it wiggle. That's probably the way to do it. No, I'm not going to try taking it apart or anything, but I'll try to put her in and give it a good turn, because there's only 2 locations. There's only 2 of those, so it has to go there. And I don't know, is it wound farther? What angle is this one? That, like that. Yeah, see, this one's way back here, and that one's forward. And it's probably because of this. So there's a lot of tension. And this has to go way down, and there's a stop there. So I don't know, you know, how you get it to go farther than the stop. Let's see what we can do. Tell how much experience I have at this, right? Boy, it's almost in there. almost, what's that count? Horseshoes and hand grenades. Almost all the way in. I don't know if it'll catch it. See that? So the brake is applied right now. Forward and back is off. There's the spring for it. You have to install that over it. And the stop is right here, stop it on that. You can't slide it this way and off, maybe. Maybe that's how you cheat at it, right? Is that going to mess my spring up? So I can get that angle. Just got to get those two fingers in there. Push it in as a unit. These designers, these engineers, not hitting anything else. Here, I'll keep doing this until I can figure it out. See a little piece of plastic in there that had melted. I don't know, man. That's straight up. And that's straight forward. So doesn't quite go all the way. Really want the brake to work. I like that the blade, you know, the chain stops right away. And you can just strap your saw down, you know. Well, anyways, we get the idea that this is going to snap on. Those two little butterflies got to go in those two holes. So I'll play around here, won't bore you with all that. Well, it just clicked, and I think it went in, but I better put the screws in it before I test it. See if it looks right. We got more trees to cut. We got firewood to do. Alright, does it work? Does it work? It does. Cool. Maybe I was just sweating it. It was under a lot of tension and I didn't think it's supposed to be that tough. So now I put this guard on, covers the oil tube. And I put the chain on and bar. Oh, rushing it here, guys. Pay attention. We put our drum on. See if it'll fit here. Yep. Put our cover. Hold our chain on. Our little clip. There we go. And then now we can put our chain bar on. Don't jump the gun here. And then 5-minute project. Sure. And then our look at our hole tightener, and it's slightly back. So you look at this, and this is in the center, so we just spin it right away. Like that. Should go right on. This doesn't work good if you have gloves on, but I don't wear gloves often, only when it's 0 out, you know, cold out. Alright, and then hand tightener with this spinner. Should have caught in that hole, yep. And now you unlock. Does she spin, right? Yep. Nice, huh? Tighten this up. Just thumb spin it. So about $35, not too bad to invest. Get this sucker up and working. Alright, now you spin. Not as free as I like it. Tight probably. Alright, let's test this out. Test her out, boys. Put a brake on, choke out, turns the stop on. They run so lean you gotta prime them even when they're hot. I like to put my foot through, but you don't have to. Hey, it runs, right? Oops. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, we are in business. Had a video on figuring out what I needed. Then I ordered it. I've got the chain brake. And then I've got the new clutch drum. So there was wear on the inside, bad bearing, wear on the outside, and really deep grooves in the gear. And this is 3/8. Great, that needed it for sure. This one all melted to crap, and it was rubbing so hard that it was bluing, and so I couldn't even use it. Even when I put the brake on, it wouldn't stop it. So I'm happy, guys. Cheap fix. Got her done. Only problem now is now I have no excuse not to go cut some wood. So thanks for watching. See you soon.